The greatest moments in history started with who, what, when, where, why, and how. Questions are the gateway to more knowledge. A wise man once said, if you're not getting the right answers, you most likely aren't asking the right questions. Questions might just seem like a casual day-to-day activity, but they're more important than you realize. The right answers can solve years' worth of problems. It can heal your heart, bring you closer to your problems, and do much more than you can imagine. But what questions do we need answers to? Welcome to Alux. Number 1. How can you make a positive difference? The right way to live is to think beyond yourself. What choice of yours would make a difference to the world? What can you do to have a positive impact? This has been the driving force behind many great people in history. Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mahatma Gandhi thought of ways to make a difference in the world, and they did. Now, you don't necessarily have to go on fighting battles like Joan of Arc, but you can start by doing the little things. Giving to charity, recycling properly. Every little thing you do will make a difference in the long run. Number 2. What roadblocks are standing in your way? You shouldn't keep doing the same things over and over again expecting different outcomes each time. You need to go back to square one and walk your way out to find the challenges or roadblocks. Oftentimes, we are frustrated as we try to achieve a goal and keep failing. Most times, we're just hoping things will get better, but this should be an opportunity to take a step back and ask important questions. What's blocking your way and what's causing that roadblock? Your challenges are there to teach you lessons. You have to learn from them. Methodically searching for the answer to this question will greatly help you in achieving your goals and keeping you on the move. Number 3. What are you trying to accomplish and why? Every task you participate in has an end goal. Living our daily lives, we should also have a target that we're hoping to attain. What do you want to achieve, and why do you want to achieve it? Those are very important questions that you need to answer. When you've got your end goal in mind, you, in turn, now know exactly what to do to achieve it. If you want to be a dancer, you need to practice every day. You should always keep it as your day-to-day motivation. Always ask yourself about your goals and provide yourself with honest answers. Number 4. How have you celebrated your progress lately? Whether you take little steps or a sprint forward, both are still progress. You don't have to fly through progress, you could also move at your own pace. You should always know that progress isn't measured by greatness, but by consistently taking steps forward. That being said, you should always celebrate your little achievements. That in turn will motivate you to keep going forward. When was the last time you treated yourself with some of your earnings? When was the last time you felt proud after completing a task? It might sound insignificant, but you should always celebrate yourself when you can. When you next feel frustrated, ask yourself, when was the last time I celebrated my progress? Number 5. What are your flaws and faults? Our flaws stand between us and every form of success. You keep making mistakes. The best thing to do is to step back and ask, what are my flaws? What am I doing wrong? How can I adjust? You should go back, look through your mistakes, and own up to them. The greatest step is accepting your faults, knowing that you've grown. You need to know your faults and flaws to be able to improve them. Always remember, you can never move forward without admitting to your mistakes. Number 6. What motivates you to work hard? To work harder and at a maximum capacity, you need to ask yourself, what is my motivation? Some people have a passion and others are motivated by money. You always have to stay motivated, and for that to happen, you need to find the source of your motivation and always keep it open to motivate yourself. You always have to stay motivated, and for that to happen, you need to find out the source of your motivation and always keep that fire stoked. Number 7. What's your favorite thing about your career? When you've got a career, a lot of times you begin to have strange doubts about the career you've chosen. To decide if it's where you're meant to be or not, you have to ask yourself, what's your favorite thing about your career? You always have to consider what drew you close to your career and what would keep you in that career. Never forget what you like and why you like it. Number 8. How would you define success? We all have our own yardstick to measure our success by. A good job could be your idea of success. Owning a company could be your idea of success. And you might think that having a lot of money or being happy and having a large family is what makes you successful. Success is totally subjective. It depends on your definition. It's all up to you. So how would you define success? How you define your success can differ for a lot of people, but it comes down to your decision. So when you realize this, you can decide exactly what you want to pursue. Number 9. What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing? How do you want to spend your free time? It might seem obvious to you, but it's also crucial to know them well and to adjust them to your daily life. You might like to read or sing or cook, but it's important to know your hobbies at all times. You'll need them to fill up your leisure time and even as a means of distractions if you're stressed out. Hobbies can even help you to feel happy and avoid burnout. So ask yourself, Aluxer, what are your hobbies? Number 10. What makes you the happiest? Where do you derive joy from? What makes you happy? Where do you feel safe? Feeling positive matters a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. No matter what, you should always carve out some time to do the things that make you happy. If you like to bake, craft, go hiking, or read books, pay close attention to how the things and other people make you feel and make a conscious effort to spend time in environments that inspire and uplift you. Number 11. Do you think money is important? How important is money to you? I know you're thinking that everyone wants a lot of money, but it's not necessarily true. Some people prefer a laid-back life without the money problem, some are interested in being comfortable, and some want to be filthy rich. It all boils down to how much earning money is important to you. It'll determine what type of job you get and how many hours you work. A lot of people haven't figured out what group they belong to just yet, but the earlier you find the answer to this question, the better off you'll be. Number 12. How do you spend your time? It should come as no surprise to you by this point that you need to think through how to spend your time. How do you typically spend your time? What do you do in your free time? Maybe it's a good idea to create a timetable of work and rest so you can remain as productive as possible without burning out. If you're used to working too much, you have to create more time to play. And if you play too much, maybe it's time to put your head down and get to work. Creating a good work-life balance for you, whatever that looks like, is important to your overall well-being. Number 13. How do you balance your personal and professional life? A lot of the time, you might find yourself taking on business calls after work or rushing down to work on weekends. You might also find yourself running house errands during your work hours. This causes problems in workplaces and at home, like burnout, family issues, issues with your boss. And in this light, we can see it's important to know how to balance your personal and professional life. You need to put them into sync so they don't disturb each other. Finding a way to balance your personal and professional life will lead to a lot more productivity and a lot more peace. Number 14. What's burdensome to you? What's keeping you down? What are you holding on to? It's impossible to go through life totally unbothered, so when you find the root of your burden or resentment, you have to unpack it and let it go. Moving forward in life involves letting go of every form of negativity that you might be holding on to inside. You should work toward forgiveness, whatever that looks like for you, and relieve yourself from this stress. Ain't nobody got time to carry around all that negativity every day. Number 15. What is your proudest accomplishment? Only we know what we want and truly makes us happy, and only you can decide what that is for you. Only you can decide what to achieve in your life. Oftentimes, people around you might not agree with your choices, but it really doesn't matter in the long run as long as you do what makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody else. Never let anyone pull you down. You should always be able to stand tall and proud of exactly who you are and how you live your life. So, what makes you proud? What's your greatest achievement? You should always chase those things because that's what makes you happy. You know, we often like to ignore the importance of questions and their answers in our lives, but honestly, that's how you get the important knowledge. A lot of times, life can hit you with challenges that are unexpected, but if you ask the right questions, you'll be prepared and able to tackle them better. If you like this video, we're sure you'll want to watch 15 questions to ask every year. Hey, we're coming up on New Year's pretty quick. And that's it, Aluxers. What do you think about these questions? Let us know in the comments if you think we skipped over any important ones. And that's a wrap for today. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.